Hello everybody, and today we will be ranking all of the Fortnite seasons from Chapter 1 Season 1 to Chapter 2 Season 6. Just to let you all know, I will be posting a lot more future content, so make sure you stay tuned for the next upload. With that being said, let's hop straight into the video. So first to start off, I'm probably going to start off with Season 1. So Season 1 was a great season. We had a lot of new skins. We had a great map. The map was just starting off. The game just booted. We had not a lot of players in, but it was a very fun season to play, and there were a lot of OG things that season, a lot. We have the Recon Expert, the Renegade Raider, we have the Skull Trooper, the Gold Trooper, even the Aerial Assault Trooper. We have a lot. So, this season, it was a great season, don't get me wrong, but we didn't have a lot of consistent updates, and we didn't even have a Battle Pass. There was only a Season Shop, so I'm not going to rate it too high. I think it deserves a great spot because the game was just kicking off, and I feel like it was just a great little start to the game, and it made it where it was today. Now we're going to switch over to Season 2. For Season 2, we'll just start it off by saying it's a great season. Season 2 had many consistent updates. We had a great Battle Pass. It was 70 tiers. It had a lot of cool skins in it, a lot of cool dances, and a lot of them are known to be very OG to this day. So I feel like this season deserves a lot. I mean, we got so many new things. We got the minis. We got a lot of new weapons, a lot of new skins. We had the Crackshot skin coming out. We got the Nogop skin, so many others, the Red-Nosed Reindeer. The list goes on, and I'm going to list this season very high because I feel like it does deserve a very high spot. I mean, the map changes were so consistent. We had Snobby that came into the game. We had Tilted that came in. We had Haunted Hills, Junk Junction, the soccer stadium, and so on. We had so many new updates that season, and I feel like it deserves a very high spot. So with that being said, I'm going to rate it in the Godly spot. So I'll just go up here and put it in Godly. Now we head on to Season 3. Season 3, first off, was a great season. We had so many new things. The Battle Pass was great. Probably one of the best Battle Passes Fortnite's ever seen. I feel like it was very creative in all the emotes and everything. It was a great season. We had a lot of new item shop skins coming in, and it is still known to be very OG. In Season 3, we had so many cosmetics, including the Tidy emote, which is very rare to this day, Squat Kick that hasn't come back in a very long time, and a lot of new skins that are known to be very cool now, and a lot of OG things. We can't even forget that we did have the Meteor Conspiracy also in Season 3, so that added on to it, and it was a very, very interesting season. I feel like there were a lot of cool things. I mean, everything was basically at its prime in that season, and I feel like it deserves a pretty high spot, but since the map changes weren't so amazing that season, since we got a lot of them in Season 2, I'm just going to rate it at the amazing spot, but it was still an amazing season, and I believe it is one of the best seasons Fortnite has ever seen. Moving on to Season 4, this season was great. We had so many new updates, so many new map changes, just a lot of cool things, including the Battle Pass, skins, emotes, cosmetics. We got Moisty Mire that had a movie set in it. We also had the replay system introduced into the game. The performance was increased. We got mobile this season. There were just so many new things that we had, and I feel like it deserves a pretty high spot because we had so many consistent updates and so many weapons and items and great cosmetics. So therefore, I'm going to rank Season 4 at Godly. And I might even put it ahead of Season 2 just because I feel like it is one of the best seasons, if not the best season Fortnite's ever seen. Now heading on to Season 5. Chapter 1 Season 5 was a great season in Fortnite. We had Paradise Palms introduced in the desert theme. It was a very cool season. It came out in the summer of 2018. And we had a lot of new updates, including a new Battle Pass. And that Battle Pass contained 100 tiers with very cool skins. We also had a lot of new emotes that were introduced in this season, a lot of new skins, loading screens, so many new things that came into the season. We also had a great storyline, which was introducing Drift and the Durburger and everything to do in that season. We also had Kevin the Cube that was a big, big spot in the game. I'm probably going to rate Season 5 as amazing just because I feel like the SMGs in this season were a little bit too overpowered, and this is when Fortnite started to receive a lot of hate because I feel like it got a lot more sweaty and a lot of people didn't really enjoy it too much because of the SMGs. Heading on to Season 6 of Fortnite, and this was around September of 2018, and this season came out, had 100 tiers in the Battle Pass, nothing different, and I don't feel like this season was the best season in Fortnite just because they introduced zombies for a very long time in the game. I think it was because of a Halloween theme, and it was just trying to go along that storyline, but it did happen to affect the game a little bit. A lot of people started raging because of the zombies, and I just feel like it wasn't the greatest season Fortnite's seen because Kevin the Cube kind of took over the map. There were some map changes with Loot Lake that not a lot of people liked. So I'm going to rate this season in the Great tab just because it really was fun to play in, but it wasn't the greatest season. We still had so many cosmetics and so many cool things, and it was a great season, but it wasn't the best that Fortnite's ever seen. Moving on to Season 7, this season was a great season. A lot of people enjoyed it. It had a very good battle pass, and it did have a lot of great cosmetics and weapons in the game. And I feel like the Christmas scene in this season was very, very cool because we had a great storyline along it, and it kind of took a break from Kevin the Cube. Not that it was a bad thing, but I feel like it kind of drove the attention off of the actual game, and it was trying to focus more on the storyline. A fourth of the map was practically covered in snow, which made it a lot of fun. We got so many new POIs, a lot of updates in this season. It was a great season, but the downside to this season was that we had airplanes, and not a lot of people enjoyed them because it did result in a lot of fights. The movement wasn't so great in this season, and I kind of think the vehicles weren't amazing, and it kind of drove a lot of hate to the game. But the amazing season and the amazing battle pass, the POIs, the cosmetics, the weapons, I think that makes up for it. So I'm going to put it in the amazing tab because it wasn't the best season, but it was a very great season, and I feel like it deserves an amazing. Moving on to Season 8, we had a treasure-themed storyline, and it was a very cool season. I feel like the new POIs and the volcano were a great little addition to Fortnite, and I feel like it kind of kept the game going. I feel like the treasure and gold theme was very cool because it gave us kind of a new little storyline that we didn't already see in the game, so it was great to see a change. But moving on to the battle pass in this season, it wasn't that good. I felt like when I first saw it that the tier 100 skin was not worth it, and the battle pass just didn't really look great. And I know some seasons don't really have great battle passes. We still got a lot of cool things, and it made Fortnite where it is today. So this season, I feel like it deserves an amazing spot just because it had a great storyline, and it had great POIs, consistent updates, and a lot of people playing the game. Moving on to Season 9. Season 9 isn't the best season Fortnite's ever seen, in my opinion, just because we didn't really have a great map in Season 9, just because we had Neo tilted. I feel like the futuristic theme for the season wasn't very great, just because it didn't really have a great storyline onto it, and it's kind of where Fortnite's downfall started, and I feel like Season 9 wasn't great. A lot of people quit the game. It wasn't just the best season overall. The battle pass was still very good. We got good cosmetics and good weapons, so I'm gonna put it in the decent spot just because I don't feel like it was great overall, but it did have a pretty cool battle pass, and I'll just put it in the decent spot for now. Now, moving on to Season X, one of the most hated seasons of Fortnite because they got the mechs in the game. A lot of people quit, and I feel like the reason why Season X wasn't that good is because Fortnite was kind of panicking because a lot of people quit the game in Season 9, so they basically didn't know what to do. So they added a lot of new things, including Dusty Depot and the factories, to try to drive more people into the game again. So they added mechs into the game, which were very hated, and I don't think that was a great addition to the game. They also added very weird weapons to the game. I don't feel like the combat shotgun was a very good addition, and overall, this season was not good at all, and I feel like it deserves to go into the trash spot, so I'm just going to put it in the trash spot. Now, we have the new map. In the Chapter 2 Season 1 season, we got the new map, and it was a very cool season. I feel like it was a very cool addition to Fortnite since it was a great change. Since the season lasted for 128 days, that's an all-time high. It's the #1 spot for the longest-lasting season in Fortnite. It does not deserve a very high spot, just because there wasn't a lot of consistent updates, even though we had the map change, but I think it just took forever to update, and the battle pass was still pretty good. It wasn't amazing, it was pretty decent. This season still was very good because we had the new map and all of the new POIs, and practically everything was new to people. There were a lot of new settings and a lot of new additions to the game, but not a lot of consistent updates, and it took a very long time to go into the next season, so that deserves the great spot, because we still had a great season, but it just took forever. I feel like if it was just a regular season with 80 days, it does deserve the amazing spot, but since it had the lack of days, then it deserves the great spot. Moving on to Chapter 2 Season 2, this had to be one of my favorite seasons just because I feel like since everybody was in lockdown, we got to play the season a lot, and this is where I actually started off my YouTube channel in. So Chapter 2 Season 2 was very good. We had all the heroes in the game, and there were about 5 and a lot of cool POIs. The weapons were very, very good and balanced. I feel like even though it was a little bit sweaty, we have to kind of think of this as not a nostalgic perspective. So I'm going to rate Chapter 2 Season 2 in the godly section just because I feel like it was very balanced and there were very cool weapons, The battle pass was great. We got to unlock the actual heroes, and then we got to play it out to be gold. Even though it took very long, I feel like there was still a very good amount of updates. There weren't a lot of updates, but there were a good amount to keep the game alive, and the game was very fun with all the POIs, so I'm going to put it in the godly section. Moving on to the Chapter 2 Season 3 season, this is where we had the water themed, and we still had new heroes, and a lot of our POIs that we found were actually washed up by the water, and we started the season with a very high level water map, and that kind of took away from the fun of the game. I feel like we had to swim a lot more, and it was very hard to win endgame with all of the water, so it kind of drove down the 100 PvP Battle Royale game, and it kind of was focusing a little bit more on the storyline more than the actual game. It's not technically a bad thing to think of the storyline, but it kind of drove away from the actual Battle Royale game. So I'm going to put this season in decent. I don't think it was great, but we still had a good battle pass. We unlocked all the heroes, just like Chapter 2 Season 2, so it deserves a decent spot. I don't feel like the map was great at all, but it did have good skins, good cosmetics, and pretty good weapons, so it deserves the decent spot. Moving on to Chapter 2 Season 4, I feel like the storyline was great, and we had a very cool battle pass, and we still got to unlock the heroes. Epic came out with very cool ideas, so I feel like this season deserves a pretty good spot. We got Stark Industries that was in the game, and a couple new map changes. I think it was a very cool season, and it deserves a high spot, but I think that the weapons weren't amazing. But we did have a lot of abilities that you could get throughout the game, so I think this deserves an amazing spot, because it was still a very cool, unique season, and Fortnite's never seen a season like that, so it deserves a very high spot. Moving on to Chapter 2 Season 5, the season that we had last season. It was a pretty cool season. I mean, the new updates, the sand theme, I feel like a lot of people enjoyed it. Battle Pass was pretty cool also. I don't think it was the best Battle Pass Fortnite's ever seen, but it did kind of remind me of Season 8 a little bit. And I feel like the heroes and the quests that you could do really helped the game move along, and I feel like it was very fun going on Fortnite a lot of the days to play Chapter 2 Season 5. So I think this spot deserves a great spot, so I'm going to move it to the great spot. Now, for our last season, we have Chapter 2 Season 6, and this season, we can't really tell what it's going to be now. If you haven't heard of it, we have a new battle pass, a couple new cosmetics. It's hard to judge at this point, but we do have the primal and makeshift weapons that not a lot of people like, but the crafting system is pretty cool. We just don't know what it's going to be like in the future. We can't really tell right now, so I'm just going to have to put this in the decent spot as of right now, because it's not the best season so far, but I can't judge it as of right now, so I'm going to put this in the decent spot. And there we go. Here is our tier maker final chart, and the best season in Fortnite is Season 4, because it just had a great amount of updates. It had great map changes, just great cosmetics overall, an amazing battle pass, great emotes, great skins, and I could go on for hours saying how good Season 4 was. So, therefore, Season 4 was the best season in Fortnite, and Season X was the worst season in Fortnite. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you'll never miss another upload. See you guys in the next one. Peace.